Well, to the obvious question, how do you feel about facing your brother right across the line from you in this game?
I don't know. I've had mixed feelings about it. You know, in the beginning, I was thinking I've never competed against my brother seriously like that. So, you know, it's something very new to me. But at the same time, I've been thinking like this is going to be an incredible experience. I've never, you know, something I've never done before. He's never done before, and you know, what a stage to do it on. You know, going back home, back to Qualcomm. I played there, you know, one time in high school for a championship, and now I get to play my brother, you know, back where I'm from. So I think a little bit of fate is, you know, dealt to 10, but I think it's going to be something pretty special.
How do you think your mom's going to handle it?
I already know. She's loving it. I mean, she's telling everybody to come to the game, making shirts. She's, you know, texting me and my brother like every day. He's just supporting us. He loves the whole thing.
Well, run us through that play.
Yeah.
You know, that was a hell of a play, one-hand catch basically too, right? I mean,
Yeah. So really wasn't my guy. We were playing kind of like quarters, but I had the guy Stephen Mitchell, and then I just saw Sam Darnold. You know, he's an elusive guy, and whenever he's getting out of the pocket, he's looking deep first before he's looking short. So I saw him get out the pocket. I just started to sink back, and I see he's looking deep, and I see Bobby Okereke covering a tight end. And, you know, as soon as he releases the ball, I just go run after the ball, and then, you know, I make the play, and I didn't even believe it at the time. I was just like, whoa, my gosh, I actually just, like, did that. You know, I'm running around, and the only regret that I had in the whole play is not catching it just when, just a snag. That's
what you've taken away from watching the USC video and going into this game, what you as a DB unit want to improve on. Because obviously you guys went up against some of the best that you can possibly go up against in the country at quarterback and receiver. So there may not be another test like that on the schedule, but what you've taken away from what you've watched?
So from what we've learned, we just need to have more discipline is what we've learned in that last game. A lot of our eyes, we just had bad eyes in the backfield. You know, we were trying to make a play, and that's a great attitude to have, but we need to do it in an effort that's responsible for our job, and that's what we did not do. We did not execute to that standard, and we're going to come back this game and we're going to do it exactly right.
Because after the game, Justin Reed talked about this is an opportunity to have a bad taste in your mouth the rest of the season as motivation. And he also mentioned preseason hype, that you can be told you're good before the season, but pretty much you have to go out and do it. What's your take on kind of what he had to say there and what that means for your unit specifically and the defense as a whole?
I mean, we all totally agree with what he said. I mean, he couldn't have said it any better. You know, a lot of people have been talking pretty highly about, you know, the defensive secondary, me, Clemson, and Jay Reed, among others. And I think what he was feeling is like all the hype can get to someone's head, and we're trying our best, you know, just to shut it out and do what we do best, and that's just to play football and play, you know, good secondary football. So from now on, I mean, from this point on, it's more, we're just keeping anything that's external outside of the team is just going to be external outside of the team. Nothing's going to be in our head. We're just going to do exactly what what we're here to do.
One thing Coach Keena had mentioned when I talked to him earlier is kind of the interplay between the secondary and then the front seven, and how you guys kind of help each other out with your jobs. Like, you know, what can you guys do, you know, growing from that USC game to kind of help the front seven as they, you know, get pressure on the quarterback, stop the run, and then, you know, what are you guys kind of like, you know, needing from them to help your jobs in covering receivers down the field?
You know what we need for them? They just need to keep pursuing the quarterback, and that's what they're doing. We just need to do a better job at, you know, keep pursuing the quarterback. And on our end, like I said earlier, we're just trying to make, you know, every play, and that's when we start looking back at the quarterback, looking back at Sam Darnold. You know, we're just trying to make every play, but, you know, our job is to cover our man first and then go after the ball, not to go after the ball and then cover our man. So the biggest thing is, you know, we're going to let the pass rush do its thing, and in the meantime, we're going to be sticking like glue to our man. I think you should see a noticeable difference this game.
You mentioned the hype, and people like us have hyped up Sam Darnold a lot, but you saw him on the field. What did you see in terms of how you would evaluate him as a top quarterback?
I think he is a really good decision maker. He goes through his reads pretty well. If he sees something he likes, he goes right after it. If he sees something he doesn't like, he goes on to the next. And I think his ability to make the decisions so quickly is why he does so well.
Armstrong?
I mean, obviously Armstrong, he threw the ball downfield a lot. The thing about him though, he gets outside the pocket and he may throw it, but sometimes his balls float, and I mean, you can see on both those picks, the ball was kind of floating a little bit, and you know, luckily we're a good enough secondary where we can make an opportunity and capitalize on it. So we continue to do that.
Must be a nice ball to catch. You only needed one hand.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It just kind of reminded me of my last pick, which was 2 years ago against UCLA. And I was just comparing the two, and I was like, man, if I just took it all the way back, I could finally top that play. But I'm on to the next. I'm looking to top that play every week.
Did you and Justin compare interceptions at any point after this game?
No, but I was thinking about it. He definitely got up. If you saw it, he was flying. It was a great interception.
How tough was it last year with the injuries, knowing that I'm sure you wanted to be on the field, but you had no control of it?
Like any player that goes through an injury, it's pretty tough at the beginning, but you're gonna find some kind of motivation that's gonna keep you going. And I found that a week after, and then I got right into the training room, and I was in there 3 times a week with the physical therapist, and it was a grind, but I'm feeling really healthy, and I'm feeling really confident in my game, and I think everything's going really well.